Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. Happy 9th of December, everybody. I hope you're all doing well, getting your December jobs done. My to-do list is working for me so far. I don't know if I have enough days to get everything done, but I'm definitely doing my 5 sort of tasks that I set myself each day so far. But we'll see how we go. I do keep changing the priorities, of course. Advent calendar. We have a big box for the Advent calendar today, so I'm kind of excited to see what do we have? Ooh. I still don't know. I've pulled it out and I still don't know. We do have a rogue diamond in there though. We have a little single, what looks like a 310 AB. It is black on the underside, but when it's got the AB coating on, it looks like a very dark navy. So, little extra. But what is this? Okay, I don't even know if I'm going to know what this is once I've taken it out. If I can get it out. It's rubbery and it's squishy. Is this like a drill pot? Maybe you could use this for rubbish drills to get them off. That's what I'm going for. So it has a flat surface on the bottom for you to put it on your table. And yeah, it's all squishy and it has these bits. But I'm thinking if I'd got a diamond on the end of my drill pen that I wanted to get rid of, that I could maybe put it into the side and then pull it out and the drill would fall into there as a little trash pot. That's my best guess, is that it's a little bin for diamonds. But I think that's a mighty fine idea for what to use it for. But if anybody knows if it's actually supposed to be anything different or anything like that, do please let me know. But I'm kind of pleased with that one. If it is a little drill bin, well, it's going to be for me anyway, because that's what I like the idea of. It might be even better if somebody tells me that it's actually supposed to be something different. We shall see. But I've popped number 9 back. Oh, I'm losing my paper on day 20 because I don't have a very big section on day 20, and I've tucked my diamond painting underneath my easel. It will go back when I pull it back flat. Today's tray is actually a very old one. It is when we had the 4Kids branding on the bottom. Design is still exactly the same, it's just the branding that's different, and this tray is slightly lighter. We did end up changing to a better brand of filament that prints nicer, and it's a slightly darker grey. In fact, it's the darker grey of the stopper rather than the actual tray itself. But yeah, this is a lot older one, but as I say, the design is still the same, it's just where the logo is. And I have 2 pens to show you today. These were gifted to me by Marble Makes, and I will pop a link for them if they are still going. There will be a link in the description, but I think I'm going to use this one. I'm pretty sure I used this one on the June waffle, so I'm going to use this one today. I have taken out the wax. So the opposite way, or the other way, in fact, if I zoom in a bit, ready, then maybe you'll be able to see this a little bit easier. I'll shuffle my diamond painting in a minute. But if you loop over, if you can see that, if you loop over the wax paper over your fingers, where the dot is on the top, then what I tend to like, this is the way I normally put my glue dots in, is I pop the pen up to the glue dot and I start twisting the pen while pushing the glue dot in, but like from the side, not from the top. And you can keep going round a few times depending on how you do it, until the glue dot is pretty much in. It has got a little bit overhanging on the edges, but I will be able to get rid of that as I go along. And that's a good way to get your glue dots into your pen. These will be back in stock hopefully next week. They're on their way from our supplier. But yeah, hopefully they'll be with us next week. They're not the quickest dispatcher, but they do get stuff to us. Janice also did message me to say a few tips in relation to glue dots. She has heard that touching your face with the glue dot can help to prime them. The oil on the face helps with the sticking. Also, she fills her pens with glue dots using a toothpick to push them in carefully. So she pushes them in with a toothpick. But they do suggest don't use anything metal on the metal tips. So that is one that I said I would pass on. Okay, diamond painting. Let's move to section 9. We're all the way up the tippy top today. We only have one piece of paper to straighten, and to be fair, it's pretty straight already. Pretty well lined up. Let's move number 9 out the way, and then I'll remember that my number 20 I still need to use. So I think I'm actually going to do the background colour first, just because there is so much of it, and then I can do the pretty pinks and stuff afterwards. So let's get my blues all lined up. I'll probably end up standing up in a minute. I always start a whipping chat sat down, but especially when I'm diamond painting near the top part of my light pad, I find standing up easier. But I'm actually going to do around the edge first, I think, because I am on the corner of the diamond painting. I'm going to do around the edge and try to get my edges straight. Didn't help with that one. Take a little bit more care getting my edges straight. So you can always use a gift card or something for this as well, if you find that you really need, you know, that straight edge to butt up against. And then I'll probably just continue to do my step method in the middle of it. But I've not primed this glue dot yet. Maybe my fingers are a little bit oily, and that'll help it. Get in. This is why I normally have straighteners on the end of my pens. And saying that, this glue dot has now decided to start sticking, because I talked about it sticking. Isn't that normally the way things go? Okay, Leslie, she says US used to call them thongs when she was growing up, she said. She said she won't tell me how long ago it was, but then in brackets, she did say 5 and 0 years. She said, how did that happen? She says now they call them flip-flops. I think words do change for things, don't they, as you go along. And you either pick them up from different countries and cultures, or just, you know, a generation, a word that a certain generation uses can often get picked up and become the norm. The cat lady, she said she's now in Wales following along even if she's not at home working on Zesty. Now that comment was 4 days ago. I do have a recollection that I think she might be back already, but I guess we'll find out as the comments go on, as I'm whipping and chatting my way through the next few days. I'm sure I'll come across one where she came back, but on the 3rd of December she was in Wales. It's a nice country, Wales. I love the language as well. I do like the Welsh accent. I do like it. Oh, Amy said number 2 of the advent calendar was keychains for her. So she got keychains in her number 2. And Claudia, she says she's just started Springtime in Venice by Diamond Art Club for Advent. She said it is her first square. Any tips on how to do them so that it moves faster? Well, squares are always going to be slower than rounds. And some of that is due to the placement. Let me just move off my chair. Some of it is due to needing to have it, straight before you place it. But a lot of it is due to the fact that square diamonds are smaller than round ones. So there are more to a painting. I do have a video on tips and tricks for squares, and I have done a few different pointers for squares in my 100 tips and tricks series that is still ongoing. It's not yet reached 100, but it's on its way. I prefer the step method. I mean, I do it with rounds as well. I'm doing it now. So when I have quite a block of colour, I like to sort of push the diamond into the step and then push the next one into the step. And I do that a lot with squares, especially because that can help straighten them up. Other people do swear by the checkerboard method. So you take a bit more care placing every other diamond until you have a checkerboard, and then when you fill in the gaps you can do it quicker because the square gets nudged into place by the others that you've already done. So that's a couple of options to make it quicker. But just enjoy the process. It's all good. Just remember, you're placing more diamonds in a certain size section than you would do on a round. So it is going to take a bit longer. Badgerville, she said, yay, I got my black tray. Awesome. She's recently finished binge watching my videos. That would have taken you a while. She says, and she appreciates all the work taken to give us fresh content. Thank you and the rest of your family. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate every comment and things. Makes me know that I'm doing the right thing, and you guys keep watching, so the content can't have got boring yet. Definitely keeps me entertained anyway. So 2010946 Iffy. She says she's such a dope, apparently. I don't know whether I agree with that. But she says she does a lot of Diamond Art Club, but she totally forgot that she's working on a diamond art studio at the moment. So her comments about the symbols being the same is total rubbish, she said. Yeah, the diamond art studio symbols are different. Oh, I remember. So it was a comment that Diamond Art Studio's symbols seem to be very close to Diamond Art Club. And because she's commented on my Zesty Wolf, she was comparing the symbols on Zesty Wolf to the painting she was doing, thinking it was a Diamond Art Club painting. when in fact it was actually a Diamond Art Studio painting, which is why the symbols were similar. Oh, I'm glad that makes sense now. Every now and then we all have those moments, but I hope you're enjoying doing your Diamond Art Studio picture as much as I'm enjoying doing mine. Okay, this glue dot does not want to stay in this pen. Now this pen has had a lot of the wax in it previously, so maybe I'm actually experiencing for the first time what other people have experienced when they put a glue dot in a pen and it comes out. And maybe it is because of the wax that you've had in it previously. I've not found the same with my metal tips, but I am finding it with this brass tip. So let's keep going for a little bit. If it keeps doing it, what I'll do is I'll just swap the whole tip. And maybe what I need to do is use a new tip rather than one that's had wax on it before. Maybe the wax, because of the residue of the wax, it's sliding and it's pushing the glue dot out. So if you have problems with your glue dot coming out of your pen, as was mentioned I think in yesterday's video, then change your tip. If it's one of these brass tips like this is the same tip that you get in any pink pen. So just grab one out of another kit, or if you're like me, one of the many tool kits that you seem to just have stashed there doing nothing until you can find them a good home. Yeah, it just keeps coming further and further out of the pen. Let me grab a tip. So I'm just grabbing a bog standard toolkit with a pink pen. See if I can get the tip to come out of this one. Doesn't always work. There we go. So I've taken the tip out of a pink pen. Is the tip going to come out of here? You can take just the brass tips out, but there's more danger of them getting ruined. So I'm just going to swap the pen tips, and then I'm going to take that glue dot and I'm just going to roll it in my fingers like I did yesterday. I think it's got a little air bubble in it as well, but okay, round two. Let's see if this helps and stops the glue dot coming out of the pen tip. See, ask questions. Might not be the same day, but eventually I experience the same thing that you guys are experiencing, and I can test and see if this fixes it, because you can have the glue dot working its way out of the pen a little bit sometimes if it's too sticky, but normally that's the result of it actually sticking to a diamond that pulls it out. That's the first time I've had a glue dot sort of work its way out of the pen, and I guess it's because I've used it for wax, maybe a lot longer than I've used some other pen tips for wax. Because if you have a look at this one that I've taken out, can you see there is actually this sliver of pink wax where it's kept going and it's pushed down all the way through and it's coming out the bottom of the pen, and while there's none left in it, it's obviously still got some residue. But hey, hopefully we fix it. Susan says, day 3 of Advent was really cool. She says, if you were doing a mystery painting, there is no way anyone would know you're doing a wolf. There is that. This would turn out to be a good mystery image because it's not got the standard colours of a wolf. and depending on when you did, you know, the rest of the face would depend on when the image showed as being a wolf, depending on which order you did it. She says, today's just looks like a lava lamp to me. I'm going to have to go back and check what day 3 looked like, whether it looked like a lava lamp. Now she says she's going off to work on her section. She likes this way much better, so she doesn't miss what I'm doing. So Susan found that she couldn't diamond paint at the same time as me because she wanted to watch what I was doing. So now she watches what I'm doing, and then she goes and does her diamond painting section for the day. She managed to get the black tray today and a few more pages of blank stickers. She said her last order she got the DMC stickers and then only one each of the blank round, square and round. She says she doesn't know what she was thinking, only getting one. So she remedied that in today's order. Oh well, I'm happy to hear that people were getting what they wanted. Day 3's video, of course, went up on the 3rd of December, and that was the day that the new items for December went live in the shop. So there might be a few different comments on what people managed to get on the launch, depending on when they watched. Saskia says hello from Germany. I'm pretty sure that's the German flag. Please shoot me down if it's not, Saskia. Feel free to educate me. I'm pretty sure that's the German flag. She said she was just now able to watch this Diamond Advent number 1 of a terrible Wi-Fi situation due to construction work on their main road. Oh, see, there were days when the Wi-Fi being down wouldn't cause a problem, but oh my goodness me, it causes so much hassle if it does it now. Right, my glue dot's getting too sticky again. Prime it. This is going to be a habit of an advent if I keep changing glue dots every day. You're going to get me priming my glue dot constantly throughout it. But hey, it should be easier for me whichever pen I pick up after that. I won't need to prime them anywhere near as much because I've done it through Advent. And I've got it all done. But so far she did diamond paint along with me in spirit. So she's posted this comment on the 3rd that she only just got to watch the 1st of December. She's doing an Advent canvas that she bought early this year, just a little too late for last year's Advent. So she's doing it for this year's one. That is forward planning. So Zesty Wolf, she says, will be for the June Whip and Waffle. She says, do you remember the Sesame Street package? I do. So Saskia sent me a box of goodies, and the box that she sent it in had Sesame Street all around it. It took me back. She says that was from me. She says, I don't recall if you told us if you like the coffee blend. She said, I am curious. Yes, I did enjoy the coffee blend. Thank you, Saskia. I am a very big coffee fan. I like my coffee with lots of milk. She says, thank you for doing another diamond painting whip and waffle event. This is keeping me going here, as the situation here is getting more and more difficult and stressful. I can imagine if they're messing with your Wi-Fi. They're messing with your life doing construction. She says, even without watching the first few whip and chats, she felt the DP community connection that you've created with your channel. Oh, I am glad we've helped. Hopefully your Wi-Fi situation gets better and better. And then And I hope that they finish construction sooner rather than later and let you get a little bit of your December back. December calm would be nice. End your December peacefully. Janet says she's absolutely loving the December Advent. She was really happy to hear that I'm going to take some well-deserved time off after Christmas. She says, despite the fact that we'll miss hearing your voice and watching your videos, she already has 2 of my playlists saved to watch during that time. Oh, that's good. There are plenty of videos there for you to be able to, you know, do a little bit of maybe catch up, or maybe just a little bit of nostalgia if you've been watching my channel for a while. And hopefully that will keep you guys going a little bit. But yeah, I am going to take a break from filming when I've done, well, I'm going to do the last December Advent. So of course, when we get to Whip and Chat Day 24. And then when I've finished that, I will actually film opening my last Advent calendar gift, because we'll have done this all the way through and there is a day 25. I will film that and I will show you, just do a quick video on everything that came in the Advent calendar. I'll bob that up on the 25th of December on my other channel. I think I'll pop that on Add More Zest with Diamonds, because that's where I unboxed it originally. So I'll do like that, so you can hop on over there to watch that on Christmas Day if you want, or to watch it at some point between Christmas and New Year. There will be the odd video on Add More Zest with Diamonds as well, I think. I'm pretty sure there's maybe 1 or 2 in the schedule which may keep you going a little bit. They will, of course, there'll be things that I have filmed before December, so that I can take that break in between Christmas and New Year. But I'll be back on the 1st of January with the new items for January shop launch. A little bit of a quieter, calmer launch maybe. No limited editions planned for January. We're not playing that game in January because payoff needs to last a little bit longer. So while we will be bringing a new shop item out, it's not an item that you have to rush to get. There's not a time constraint on it. So I'll be back with a video announcing that. And we will be shutting the shop on the 22nd of December to ensure that we can get all orders out. So it will shut on the 23rd, but we'll shut it late on the 22nd, our time. Get all orders out on the 23rd, which there's no guarantees that they'll get to you before Christmas, even if you're in the UK. But we will get them out so they're on their way. And then we are going to do just a mini revamp on the shop. Check pricing, double check any Royal Mail price updates for shipping are all put into the system, and just have a little rest. Sherry, she says, so she's done the last 3 Advent with me, she said. She's been enjoying them so much. She said, but the difference this time is she only looks at the square we're all working on. What she then does is she covers everything up so that she can be surprised at the end. So she takes off the square to work on it and then covers it back up, so that when she's finished completely, she can take them all off. She says, yes, I do know what the image is, she says, but she wants to be surprised with the outcome. She says, thank you for all that you do. And she says, P.S. I won one of your 8-day giveaways a while back. She's done all but one, she said, and that's the Alice in Wonderland clock. She says they were fun to do, especially the heart tree. Oh, that's good to know. It's nice to know that, you know, when the giveaways are received, that they are things that people are enjoying doing and enjoying spending their time. Yeah, and just getting some enjoyment out of them, because that's what they're there for. Wendy says she ordered the advent calendar and it's just empty boxes. As far as I'm aware, Wendy, there were 2 different types that could be purchased. One was just empty boxes and then the other one was filled with items. Diamond Art Studio have replied and said it was their understanding that it was 2 as well. So the one that they sell empty is so that you can custom make an advent calendar for yourself or a member of your family. You know, maybe if you wanted to do it for kids or hubbies or whatever. In fact, maybe, that's an idea. Maybe I can keep hold of my advent calendar and custom fill it for somebody. Just realised I'm not that zoomed in. And custom fill it for somebody for next year. Maybe I'll see if I can find some bits to put in it for hubby. Because I can't just pick one of the kids, can I? And if I try and pick all 4 of them and then try and remember which child gets which day, oh, that could be fun. And yeah, Diamond Art Studio just says that she might want to check which advent calendar type she ordered. Yeah, I agree, Wendy. There are 2 different types, and if you did order the cheaper one of the 2, then you've more than likely ordered the empty one. Depends what link you went on. Vicky said she's just subscribed to my other channel. She says, love your videos. Thank you for the support. Anybody that's not subscribed to my other channel, maybe bob over there. Hit a little subscribe. Hit the bell if you want. Be nice to see the numbers go up a little bit more. Though I have noticed that the views have gone up more. So maybe some of you guys are getting notifications even though you're not actually subscribed, maybe. But yeah, I do have another channel, Add More Zest with Diamonds. Primarily unboxing videos. But there's some fun goodies that I do show over there. It's worth being subscribed, even if you just watch the videos that take your fancy. It's worth having a nosy at some of the stuff that I get. Margaret says, if my video has finished before she's finished diamond painting, she presses rewind. Love it. She says she hopes the fair was successful, which it was, thank you. She says, and the colours in this painting are beautiful. You just want to keep going. Yeah, there are many times, I think, if it wasn't for the fact that I was, you know, doing it as an advent calendar and doing a video each time. If this was just one of my regular whip and chat videos, I could imagine myself just up picking my easel and taking it into the conservatory and just continuing. I wouldn't get many whip and chat Sunday videos out of it, that's for sure, because I'd be too busy filling it in my spare time. But sometimes it's also nice to have a painting that you're really enjoying doing as a daily treat as well. It's like my little bit of happy time every day. Just to do my little wolf. Ooh. Judy, she said, if I don't have a whip and chat video to play while she diamond paints, her go-tos are Downtown Abbey. She says she's watched that so many times. and all of the Harry Potter movies. She says that my channel has also built her diamond painting knowledge foundation. She watched a lot of my videos before she even bought her first kit, because she really wanted to know the basics of the craft before diving in. She says, so thank you for the great videos and the whip and waffles. She says they're my fave. Oh, thank you, Judy. She says she also loves the trays. She has around 10. She says, but her favourite is the clear / frosty white. She said it goes with all colours and it's great quality. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. We will have the clear tray coming up in a future video, though it was a limited edition tray sort of colour that we had in the past. Oh, and a heads up, I think it's Denise. I think I've found a dark purple. I don't know if it's quite 550, but it's close. I think I've found one. It has been ordered. I don't know how soon we'll be able to do it, but it has been ordered, so that it is constantly there to remind me. I can't find a nice quality navy though. That is the only thing to make you aware of. I can't find a nice quality navy. There are some navy PLAs out there, but they don't seem to print in the quality that we want. Not based on what people are saying. So navy might be a bit longer. Just a heads up, but at least if we can tick one of the boxes for a colour, we are doing, while we're on the talk of trays. Laura says she's enjoyed the waffle very much. She said you reading out my comment made me laugh about the Diamond Art Club pictures. She said one cat and fairy and the other is fairy lights. Sorry, sometimes I do read them. I have to reread questions sometimes. I think that's because I'm half diamond painting and half reading. Sometimes I don't quite grasp it. And you know, I don't have that thinking processing time because I talk so much, basically, because I just talk that much. But yeah, one is cat and fairy and the other is fairy lights. She says, do you think either of your daughters will join in on your waffle? She says, in the filming. Maybe Megan will, maybe not. That really does just depend on time and if she's available. I doubt that either of my other daughters will. Only because I think they wouldn't know what to say. Whereas Megan is probably the one that hears and sees the most about diamond painting out of all of them. But no guarantees just because of time constraints. She's currently got an assignment due soon. So Megan's got an assignment due for her masters. So I think that is her sort of big ticket priority item. Her priority on her to-do list. But yeah, we'll see. I'll definitely put it out there to them and see whether it's something any of them are interested in doing. They're not doing my diamond painting though. They can bring in their own. Having said that, I got Caris's all kitted up, ready for the 1st of December. Well, kitted up with her, so she did some of it and I did some of it. It's still on the table. I think she has all the best intentions and just doesn't have the time. By the time she gets in from work, it just goes out of her head. But Laura, again, She says, I just had to pause the video, she said, to comment. She says to help Dynamite, she said she thinks it was, with the Heaven and Earth design. So it was a Heaven and Earth design question by Dynamite. She says try looking at the QS designs. So those that have QS, she believes that that stands for quick stitch. She once converted the size of a QS design and it was 50 by 80. So it's not quite a small 30 by 40, but it's definitely smaller than some of them. So search for QS and see if that helps in your quest to do a Heaven and Earth design. Laura said also thank you for the pauses. She's managed to do both of her pictures in the time of one video. In the June waffle, she said she did do a square and it was a bit hit and miss as to whether she could complete the section she was working on in the time of the waffle. I've got a feeling that since December the 3rd to now, I might have sped up a little bit on the odd section. I know yesterday's was a lot shorter, but that was one colour. I think some of it depends as well on the time of night I actually get to come and film the next day's Whip and Waffle. If I know that it's either getting quite late or I've got quite a few bits to do, I think after I've finished, sometimes I think I talk a bit faster. And I don't know whether that equates to me diamond painting a bit faster or not. But I do try and pause a bit, but not too much, because otherwise you'd just be looking at that. And if you just end up looking at that for too long, it can be a little bit boring if I do it too often. But hopefully you're still catching up, Laura, and I've not got too much quicker for you. Donna Marie, she says she really doesn't get to diamond paint much as she has a 3-month-old, but she does try to do just a little bit of diamond art each day. She says she received her order. She hasn't opened it yet as she wanted to do an unboxing, but she'll send me the link once she has. She said, thank you so much. I love your videos. They've kept me sane through the rough few weeks she's had, and it seems as though there's more to come. Oh, I am sorry that you've got more. I'm assuming that's more rough weeks to come, but we definitely do have more whip and chats to come, so hopefully that'll help. I did watch Donna Marie's video today. It's very nice. It's sometimes it's enlightening as well to see people unbox orders, you know, and see different people's views and thoughts on the products. I'm sorry if the candy box leaflet in there did confuse you, Donna Marie. It does say thank you for your order and supporting a small family business, which is true in both the case of the candy box and Add More Zest. But then it does say that your sweets are only, some of the older leaflet ones we had said, you know, your sweets are good for 8 weeks. And that is just because that is my friend's business, also a family run business. And she pops those in with her orders. And I said I'd pop some in with all our UK orders, just to let people know that the candy box is around. So yeah, the 8 weeks isn't relevant for your order, but the candy box is still a very good place to go if you want some sweeties. Though mine never last 8 weeks. They never last even close to 8 weeks, I must say. I think my last lot lasted a few days, 3-4 days maybe. But if they're there, it's just handy to just dip your hand in, isn't it? dip your hand in, all of a sudden there's a sweetie. If they're there, I'm going to eat them. Jo says, hi Rebecca, she's just finished day 4 while watching my Advent. She says she's really enjoying this Advent, and the Zesty Wolf is amazing. She said it's her first Diamond Art Studio and she's loving the quality. That is good. It's good to know we picked the right company. And Diamond Art Studios diamonds, I've been so happy with them for both the square and the rounds that I've done. She says about the smaller Heaven and Earth designs. Oh, Dynamite's getting all the answers today. She says their QS or quick stick patterns are also small. She says she has one on her wish list that will be 47 centimetres by 33 centimetres when it's turned into a diamond painting. See, I'm learning something new every day. Because while I've, done my Heaven and Earth design, and I know it's spurred a lot of people on to do their own, I haven't looked into it any more than I needed to for doing mine and for getting mine done. So it's good to know if it's got QS, quick stitch, it's likely to be smaller and maybe more manageable. See, now you're getting me thinking maybe I need to squeeze one of them in for myself. Do I need to maybe look at a small one as another option? Maybe I should have started with the small one rather than starting with the big one. Might have been a good idea, mightn't it? I might have finished it if it was a smaller one. Debbie says, loving doing the Advent. She says she missed the blue tray by a minute, but got a black tray and a pen. She said, thank you for everything that you do. Oh, I am sorry you missed it. That blue tray has hit the record at selling out in 9 minutes. It was unbelievable how quick that went. But I am happy you still managed to get one of them. And the blue might come around again. You never know. I know we do have a couple more shades of blue, different types of blue, as filament that we have in at the minute. We just need to see how the Zesty trays go before we can commit to how many and what colours we can do after that. There is talk of more printers, but we talk ourselves into it and then we talk ourselves out of it, so it's still a little bit undecided as to which will stick. Josie said so she hasn't purchased any Black Friday deals yet, but she said she did purchase a Diamond Art Club large Christmas canvas that was 70 centimetres by 99 centimetres with square drills. She says she's not very good at visualising size until she sees it, and it's big. Yeah, I'm sometimes not very good at visualising things and exactly how big they're going to be. I often think of it like a 12 by 12 scrapbook page is often, that's 30 centimetres by 30 centimetres. So I often use that as my guide and try and think how many of them on top of each other. But it doesn't always work. Not always. She's only previously done one canvas with square drills and she wasn't a fan. She decided she needed to do more square drill canvases before she starts this. She said she might begin it in the June Advent next year and give herself plenty of time to do it before Christmas. Yeah, square diamonds, I think a lot depends on the company as to how nice they are to do. You can definitely have nice quality squares and bad quality squares. So I hope that the square canvas you're going to give it a go on, and in turn the Diamond Art Club canvas, is the nicer squares. I've done 2 square Diamond Art Club. One, the diamonds were awful, and one, the diamonds were nice. The one more recent was nice, so I'm hoping that they've improved. But I'm sure you'll see, you'll know the difference when doing a square if you're doing it with nice diamonds. It's a lot more forgiving, and it definitely fits together a lot nicer if it is. But yeah, start in June, and then you definitely give yourself plenty of time before it gets to Christmas to have it done and dusted. Josie says we'll need to purchase a zesty tray when they're available. She says she loved her other tray, but she's misplaced it. Oh, I hope it turns up again. Definitely don't want it lost forever. But yes, keep an eye out for the beginning of 2022 for a zesty tray. And I'm hoping I have enough stock ready. But we'll see. Because you lot surprise me every single time. So we'll see. And then Linda says she's excited to do this advent. She says she's almost done with a 2 foot by 3 foot custom of her favourite photo of her mum, who she unfortunately lost 12 years ago to cancer. She says she's so close to finishing it, so this is just the push that she needs. That's good. Just work on your own projects and get it completed for Christmas, and then you can start something new for the new year. Just getting my number 20 covered back up again before I get dust on it. And there we go. Oh, we have an ear. I can't believe it's really getting to the point where things are starting to join up. I mean, I know there are still some gaps that could have spread things out a bit more, but we're starting to get like connect the dot sections. We're going to have another one tomorrow down here while we connect the dots at the bottom. But yeah, thank you everybody so much for joining in. I'm actually quite pleased with my advent gift this time. I didn't actually try it because I kept forgetting because I'm too busy looking at questions and where I'm placing my diamonds. But I might need to give this a go and see how well it works. But I'd be interested to know if anybody else got one of these, or if indeed I think it's a completely different thing to what it is. Do let me know. But we'll see what number 10 brings tomorrow. So thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you all then.